If you are a dad who recently started your own business or side hustle for a second stream of income, some of the challenges you might face is trying to focus, or maybe there's a lack of support. Sometimes you could feel alone on this journey, but most of all, there's a big possibility that this side hustle could lead you to burnout. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 challenges that I faced when starting my side hustle in the hope that it can help speed up your journey. The 3 things I'm going to focus on is 1, owning your time, 2, sleep, and the third one is health. So I'm a dad of 2, and owning your time has been the biggest challenge for me. Having to juggle between work, your kids' rugby, a swimming class, family time, supper, bedtime, and then also your business or side hustle. And while most give up at the beginning when they realize that time is a big challenge, or some don't even start just off the thought of not having enough time, let me tell you how to get it done. So what worked for me was, every Sunday I'll map out what my week is going to look out and I'll plan it. And most of the time, say 99% of the time, your weeks are usually the same. For me, my day starts at 5 a.m. If I'm not doing a gym session in the morning, then that gets moved to either the afternoon, lunchtime, or the evening, depending on what the week looks like. But basically, it's a school run, it's work, it's either rugby practice for my son or a swimming class. Then in the evenings, there's supper, there's bedtime, and of course, the side hustle. I would suggest plan your week on the Sunday evening and map out what the week is going to look like. But every night, sit down with your schedule and see if everything is still on course. So on a Monday night, once I'm done with everything, I'll look at what my Tuesday is going to look like. Maybe something moved, maybe something changed. If not, then fine. If yes, then I'll have very time specific goals that I want to do for the day. So my gym would be a very specific time. My time with my kids would be a very specific time. My bedtime, a very specific time. But that is kind of laid out and planned the night before using the schedule that I planned for the week. The second challenge I faced was sleep. And yes, most of us probably overlook this. You know, in the beginning, it's exciting. You're working it. You end up working late in the evenings. For me, I was super excited with my side hustle. Sometimes I would go to bed at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I get 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm up, then I'm off to work, and then I have my day going. And I'm not promoting this. This is not good. Sleep is super important. Obviously, I felt the side effects of not having enough sleep, and I did some more research. And what I can tell you is that sleep is as important as eating. So most of the time when you're hungry, what do? You eat. But when you're tired, what do most of us do? We don't sleep. So you need to treat your sleep as you would do for eating. So when you're tired, you need to go sleep. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, you have your breakfast, you have your lunch, and you have your supper. So the same for your sleep. You need to schedule your sleep. You need to say, okay, at 9 p.m. or 10:30, whatever the time is for you, that is when I go sleep. The same way you do it for breakfast. At this specific time, I'm going to have breakfast. So for sleep, at this specific time, I'm going to sleep. And at this specific time, I will wake up. And then your body gets into a routine. And obviously, you need to ensure that you get enough sleep. And that obviously you need to determine. So whether it's 7 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours, you need to determine what amount of sleep is enough for you to operate at the best level that you can. So one thing that really helped me sleep better in the evenings was just that last half an hour before bedtime. So for example, I'm going to bed at 10 p.m. At 9:30, I'm switching off all my digital devices. My kids are asleep. I've just finished working. And so what I do now is maybe I get a book. I would read for 15 minutes and then I would maybe do some meditation or yoga for another 10 or so minutes. And that just kind of winds me down mentally, emotionally, physically, and it gets me ready for bedtime. Then the third one for me is your health. You would have noticed that all 3, they are connected. So whether it's owning your time, sleeping, it all kind of affects your health. But when I say health, I'm referring to eating and exercise. So for me and most of us, when we start the side hustle, we kind of forget about eating properly. And yes, because there's not a lot of time, we'll just eat whatever takeaways we can buy. But you can also buy healthy takeaways. They are healthier options. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I started my side hustle, in the next couple of months, I picked up about 10 kilograms, and that is something that I'm not proud of. And when I looked at myself, how did you get here? And for me, that was the turning point. I knew that I needed to look much better after myself. So yes, I needed to manage my time better, and yes, I needed to sleep, because sleep also impacts your weight loss. And of course, there are many positive side effects when it comes to eating right and exercise. Obviously, your brain functions better, you feel good, you have more energy, all those good things. So try to plan your meals as well, the same way you plan your time and your sleep. Add into that plan of yours your eating and what you're gonna eat and what time you're gonna eat. This could be something you do the night before as well, or on a Sunday you could meal prep. The same way rugby players, fitness trainers, they plan their meals. Try and plan your meals, do a meal prep, and make food maybe for 1 or 2 days and just stack it in the fridge and make sure that it's healthy. Eat nice clean food, get some exercise at least 3 times a week. And if you're lucky enough to be close to the ocean, go for a walk on the beach, take a jog along the coast, and get some fresh air and look after yourself. Let me know what are some of the challenges that you faced when starting your business or side hustle. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.